has more than 2 in his inventory. So you can hold fairies and more will appear. There is a trick that gets you up to 21 fairies. Link in the description. Besides curse or bee honey, if you sort your materials, all the materials starting from raw gourmet meat all the way to ferocious horn, don't add any affixed to dishes.
What's up, bud slots?
Hearts and time to those dishes you make. Each
I don't know how loud this is going to be.
Lasts for 30 minutes.
Got everything kind of set up here. Chilling and whatnot.
When cooking a meal, the monster extract will give a random bonus.
It's hotter than fucking here.
1 minute, 10 minutes, or 30 minutes, or it can level up or down a bonus, or add 3 hearts.
Sipping on a bev.
Or it could do no changes. Sometimes when you cook a dish,
yep.
You're lucky you'll hear this gong sound.
New place, sold the house.
You will get a bonus effect like
chilling in the new digs for now. What's up, guys?
After 11:30 during a blood moon, the dish will
What's up, kitties? Come here. Come here. Say hi, camera. Say hi to the camera. Oh my goodness! It's the baby girl. Look.
You can skip blood moons by going into shrines
look.
they happen.
Look. Yeah, no more dodgy electronics, and that house is falling apart. Look at it. I want her to see herself and see what she does. What are you doing? I know, it's real rough being a kitty. I sold the house. Yep. I couldn't stand to be in that house another minute, dude. And like I said, it was falling apart. I sold it as is. I didn't have to deal with fucking any realtors or anything like that. Got a good price for it.
After you pick up materials,
got a big old chunk of money and got the fuck out of it. Feels good to not have to pay that fucking mortgage on that thing anymore. And like I said, it just reminded me of a bunch of shit I wanted to forget. You guys only seen like what I presented. It was bad for a while, dude. In there, and I just I dealt with a lot of bullshit I didn't have to deal with and shit. So, but got a big chunk of money. I went and looked at a Corvette the other day. Super nice. It's a 2002 Corvette. I think it's the same type of Corvette that like Michael Jordan had in the in that documentary that The Last Dance or whatever. He drives a Corvette in that. It looked exactly like that Corvette that I looked at. So I might treat myself and buy it. I could buy it if I wanted to. I've been rebuilding my Switch collection here. I'll show you guys my Switch collection and what I got so far. Rebuilding. I got enough money to buy any of the Switch games that I want. I'll show you guys what I've got so far. I'm trying to get all the rare ones and everything right now. I'm gonna get a Switch 2, yes sir. I got enough money to let's say that if I was to turn it into ones and make it rain at the club, they might drown in the rain. Let's put it that way. But I did pretty good. So here's what I got rebuilding my collection. Like I said, I was down to like five fucking Switch games, dude. I was in a drought, dude. Okay, if my game collection was water and I was in a desert, I would have perished because it was rough. But luckily, I'm rebuilding, so I'll show you guys what I got here. So I got Romancing Saga 3. I kept that from before. Romancing Saga 1. Minstrel song or whatever. Hold on, guys. Let me fucking get this cat. Got the door here. Hold on.
To save a few seconds,
get away from the door.
You don't have to open them.
Come on.
If you see a chest on the ground or water, you need to use magnesis to lift them up.
Shut up. Going in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out.
If you feed dogs, they can lead you to
constantly.
The chests won't appear until you
80 bits is just attached to my fucking hip. Ugh. Okay. Alright. Alright. So let's see. Yep, getting rebuilding my collection. I sold Romancing Saga 2, but I gotta rebuy it. It's really cheap on Amazon now, so it's easy to get again. I got Red Dead Redemption. That's an amazing port, dude. I wish I wish they could work some dark magic and fucking bring Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, I guess they can with the Switch 2. Got Persona 5 Royal. It's kind of hard to see what the differences are between that and the like vanilla Persona 5, but I've been told that Royal is a lot better. I got Persona 3 Portable. That's a limited run joint. This is a cool limited run because it actually comes with a full-fledged fucking manual, dude. I mean, this thing is just... I mean, I love shit like this. And limited run can pretty much suck my balls most of the time, but sometimes they put together a pretty good little fucking thing, and that's pretty cool to me. Bought that the other day. Got Metroid Prime Remastered. I may be wrong, but wasn't this supposed to be rare? Wasn't this supposed to be like a limited print deal? And they ended up printing like tons of them, so this is like everywhere for like $30 now. Lunar, which I don't think they've still printed another printing. Like they still on like one fucking press of this. I've seen it pop up for like $70-80, but it's still like $100. I bought this the other day. This was probably a mistake. I was not prepared for this fucking shit, dude. Like, this is like hardcore old school shit. This is Wizardry, the 5 Ordeals. It's a fucking ordeal, alright, dude. I mean, I guess by what I gathered, this is like the Wizardry Gaiden games that were like on the PC, Japanese PCs back in like 2006. So as you can tell, it's the Japanese version, but it has English on it. But these are like user-created, like game maker style, fucking really old school. Like I didn't really understand like how hardcore Japanese people are with their Wizardry games, which is weird because it's an American franchise, but like Japanese people really took to it. I'm gonna play Elden Ring. I didn't like Elden Ring that much, guys. I really didn't. Any new game stores? Yeah, I got all kinds of game stores I'm gonna have to show you guys. Underknots. This is great. I love this. This actually like got me like head first into these first-person dungeon crawls and shit. Super fucking good game. I love this game. I love the atmosphere of it. It's really dark. This is rated mature. Like, there's like bodies in, like, you're in this underground area and there's like bodies in the fucking vents on the ground and shit with like legs sticking out of it and gore. And like, you're in this like prison and then like, this prison warden's like beating the fucking inmates and shit. Like, I love the atmosphere of it. It's super cool. I want to tell you guys too, like, Joe Savage is in here. Me and him went to fucking Kings Island here a few weeks back. Had a great fucking time, dude. He picked me up out of the fucking gutter. Really helped me out. It was cool to meet a fan and shit. I took a picture with him. I'll have to show you guys at some point. Me and Joe had a great time, though. I'd like to do that with more of my fans, like, you know, meet up with you guys and fucking do that shit, because that was a blast. Me and him had a great time. I wish my body was more young, and dude, he was a beast. He was just like, get on another one, dude. I was like, dude, I was in a motorized wheelchair by the end of it, fucking paralyzed from the neck down, dude. Like, that shit beats the fuck. We got on the beast, and it about fucking broke my fucking neck, dude. Like, literally. Like, it was fucking... Like, they need to just shut that fucking ride down, because it's over with. It was rough. I wanted to go to Cedar Point with you, dude, but I was literally... I woke up, I couldn't move, dude. My eyes... I'm gonna move back and forth, that's about it. It was brutal. I'm 6'2", 6'1", 6'2". He's like normal, 5'9", 5'10". But, it was... They need to shut the beast down, dude. It had a good run, okay? It's like, that ride is goddamn 10 years older than I am. It needs to be taken out back and shot behind the fucking woodshed. Turok, I just bought this today. They had Turok 2, and I almost pulled the trig on it, but, man, dude, Turok 2 sucks. I'm sorry. I have a lot of good memories of Turok 2, because I got it when I was a kid, but it's not a good game, dude. And I had these games on the Switch back in the day, too, and I beat them both back-to-back, and I utterly despised every minute of Turok 2. Turok 2, after the second level, is just garbage. The levels are too fucking long, you get lost all the time. I mean, you should not spend 2-3 hours on a single level, dude. It's too fucking much. So I just got Turok 1 is in my opinion, the only good Turok game anyways. The Beast is, you guys gotta realize when the Beast came out back in the day, it was a homegrown roller coaster. Like, they made it in the park by themselves, and it's long as fuck. It's a super long, it's like basically 2 roller coasters in one. It's that long. But it's wooden, and it's just, depending on where you sit, you literally just feel like you just got fucking gang raped, dude. Like, it was like I just got out of prison and shit, dude. I had a train ran on me. Got the Turok, I mean, not the Turok, got the Tomb Raider trilogy here. Turok is, I don't think Turok's overrated. I think it's rated about where it used to be. I mean, nobody's coming out and saying Turok's like a masterpiece. It's a good game. I think Turok 2 was overrated back in the day. It was never that good. I mean, like I said, I got it for my birthday back in 1998. That was a glorious birthday, dude. I got Zelda Ocarina of Time and Turok 2. That was a birthday to remember, dude. And I just didn't enjoy Turok 2 at all. I mean, it's hard enough to play first-person shooters on that fucking goddamn, horrendous nightmare of a controller anyways. But it was just, it's too much, dude. I didn't even get past the port of Audia in Turok 2 for like a year. And that's how fucking crazy long those levels are. But they released the other 3 Tomb Raider games, and like, that's like when they released the Mega Man X games, like Mega Man X 4, 5, and 6 and shit. Like, who the fuck wants those, dude? Like, like only need the first 3 and you're good. Like, who wants Tomb Raider 4, 5, and 6? Like, maybe Tomb Raider Last Revelations I would maybe buy separately, but that's it. I got Titan Quest. They finally got this running really good. I actually like this game more than Diablo 2. That's a hot take. You with your hot take with Turok. Hot take is, I like this better than Diablo 2. So, that's just the way it is. I got Mega Man X6, I wouldn't even say is mid, dude. I say it's a bad game. It's got an atmosphere to it. I like the dark, pitch black atmosphere that game has, and I like some of the music, but it doesn't play well. 5 is okay, but it's got the weird time limit shit in it that it just kind of ruins it. I got the Cowabunga collection. This is an excellent collection. Like, I don't particularly like beat 'em up style games that much, but 18 games, dude. Like, I mean, even if you don't like most of these games, there's bound to be one on it you like. I mean, it's worth it, just in my opinion, to have like the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on here and the NES games. Just to collect, it's really cool, and I like all the extras and box art and shit, and it's cheap too. Star Ocean Second Story. This is weird because they actually put like download required on this on the bottom of it. And I about got pissed. I didn't want to buy it because of it, but you don't need a download. I think that's a misprint. Like, there's a reversible cover on here that I might do. So I'm gonna have to look at that. In my opinion, that kind of stuff ruins the fucking art. So I might switch it out. Dude, it's a sweet collection. Like I said, even if you don't like all the games on it, there's bound to be like 1 or 2 games on it that's good. I got Shin Megami Tensei 3. I had 5, but honestly, 5 didn't really do it for me, dude. I got rid of it. There's a newer version of 5, but I just don't like the open world feel of that, and it just, I don't know, it kind of meanders. The Shin Megami games, I'm very particular on which ones I like. I got Live Alive. This is a fantastic game, but it's just too easy, dude. Like, I was really hoping they were going to, like, patch in a hard mode or, like, release a special edition of this or something that was going to, like, give it some difficulty. Like, if you die at all in this game, like, you have to try to die in this game. It's just too easy. That's my main problem with it. I just bought this. I didn't really like Breath of the Wild very much, but it looks like a lot of my problems that were with that game were fixed in this. It looks like they kind of added dungeons, and there's a lot more boss fights and stuff like that. And I played a little bit of it today, and it's pretty sweet. Like, you combine these different machines. It's got this, like, fucking Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts thing going on where you, like, make these fucking machines and stuff. I don't know what's everybody's opinion on this. Is it better than Breath of the Wild? I'm gonna give it a shot. I want to get into Zelda again. It's been so long since I've really loved a Zelda game. Tears of the Kingdom is great. I'm halfway through it. That's cool. You know, it has better dungeons. I just don't like that if you build the bike, the traversal is ruined. Oh, it's pretty much done once you... Yeah, I kind of figured that. I even told my brother that. I'm like, it's probably set up to where you build an awesome machine and there's no reason to build anything else because you just, you know, you got the fucking goat and you can just fly around everywhere. Almost like Zelda meets Minecraft. That's cool. I like that. Like I said, in the beginning, you have to do the building mechanics and you make this like platform with a hook on it to slide down this like a zip line thing. It's cool. It's kind of convoluted to like, you have to push like 45 buttons to do it. Like, I'm sure I'll get used to it, but still, it's pretty cool. And it has a story. That's what I meant to talk about. Like, you know, spoiler, the game's been out for a while. I don't give a fuck. Ganondorf's back, which is dope. I've always been kind of confused between, is Ganondorf and Ganon the same person? Like, I'm like legitimately always been confused about that. I don't think they are, but it's just kind of like the guy that have the same fucking names has always been confusing. Because Breath of the Wild had Ganon, and then this is Ganondorf. Are they different people? Like, I don't fully understand it. But he's back in this, and they're different forms, okay. But the beginning's cool. Like, you're like exploring this fucking tomb, like Indiana Jones style with Zelda, and like all of a sudden, like this skeleton fucking dead form of Ganondorf comes out of nowhere and fucking just destroys the world and rips off Link's arm, and it's like super pitch black dark, and I loved it. So that was really cool. I love the way it begins. It actually seems like it actually has a story. Make sure you watch the correct memory orders. Oh, okay. Yes, Ganon is a true form. Ganondorf is him and Car. Okay, that makes sense. I was always confused about that. Somebody asked about my mom. No, my mom is not doing good. I'm not gonna really talk about it. It's not good. But I appreciate you asking. I'm just hanging on by a thread here, guys. You know, trying to get through it. You guys have helped me a lot, and I appreciate you guys more than you could possibly imagine. Got Hammerwatch 2. This is a cool set. Even if you don't like Hammerwatch 2, this comes with the anniversary edition of the first Hammerwatch. So it's like 2 games on here on the cartridge. So this is really cool. And the first Hammerwatch is in my opinion a classic. Even if you don't like 2. 2's kind of iffy, but I think that's a cool collection. I got this Grandia. I actually sold this when I was broke. Now that I got money again, I rebought it. This is actually my same copy too. I went back to the place I sold it to and rebought it. It's even got the little card with it and stuff like that. It's a Grandia collection. I got what is currently, in my opinion, my favorite Final Fantasy game. I never thought I would say this, but Final Fantasy 12 reverse cover. I really like this game now. I don't know what clicked with me. I don't know, but the battle system, everything, the look of it, the characters, everything, dude. I think what it is I've realized that the Final Fantasy games and the stories and what I used to think that Final Fantasy was, it never really was. Like, none of these old Final Fantasy games have really good stories at all. I mean, Final Fantasy 7 a little bit, 6 a little bit, but they're mostly, it was in our heads as to, like, these games being grander than what they were. And, 12 just cuts out the middleman, doesn't even really try to be like that, and it focuses on gameplay. And I think the gameplay in 12 is just more fun, you know what I mean? You can kind of zone out, and the battle system's fun. So, but, if I do want to play the classics, I got the Final Fantasy. I'm so glad they reprinted this, and it's, like, available for, like, a normal price now. I always hated that this was an expensive game. What's up, Moroduke? I'm trying to hold it down, man. Hold it down. We're getting some rare ones. Like I said, I'm trying to get a lot of rare games now that I have the means to do so. I got Doom Eternal, which I find this weird that this is like a limited run, limited pressing style game. How did they not mass print this? Like, this is fucking crazy to me. I mean, they mass printed this one. I got Doom. Also, I still watched my brother play the new Doom, and it's weird. It's weird. I will give them credit for reinventing Doom again, and it's interesting that they didn't. Because where do you go from Doom Eternal? You know what I mean? Like, you have to slow it down. There's no way you can make it any faster or any crazier than what it was. So, how can I ride roller coasters? They make me anxious. The only part of a roller coaster that actually scares me is the initial hill. Once I get over the hill, I'm good. And then I scream and I let myself go and I'm good. I mean, dude, it's so rare to die on a roller coaster. The only thing, if you're gonna die on a roller coaster, it's due to health problems with yourself rather than the ride. But I love it, dude. I mean, as far as like thrill rides go and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like that's about as good as it gets until you get into like jumping out of planes and parachuting and stuff, which I would like to do that. Joe Savage, if you're down to do some parachuting, jump out of a plane with me, you know, let's do it up, dude. I've been wanting to do that, and you know, now that my life, you know, is falling apart and I'm rebuilding it, you know, let's do it. He's down. All right, cool. Somebody's gonna finally do that with me. Anybody in here? Anybody else in here want to go jump out of a plane? Parachute's optional, bitches. Depending on how bad of a day I'm having. I got Skyrim. I bought and resold that game like 14 fucking times. There's no amount of money get you a parachute. It's actually really safe, dude. It really is. But I would be that person. I was watching this video of this guy that was like brought his mom and everything, and like it's his first time, and then the parachute didn't open. I mean, you have to. It has to really be your time, dude. I've talked to people that have parachuted and that they do it all the time. Like, you have a chute and you have like 2 backup chutes, and if all those fail, dude, I mean, they literally like less than a 1% chance of like all those fucking things failing and stuff like that. But the only thing is, like, you have to really make sure that the person you're going into the tandem jump is not having a bad fucking day, you know what I mean? And that's what always worries me, because you're going to go into a tandem jump. Like, what if the person passes out? You know, like, what if he does have, like, a health problem or something? Like, you know, and, like, you know, some kind of circulation problem, and he jumps and he just passes out. I mean, what do you do in that regard? You know, because I was watching something today about this airplane pilot that killed 150 people in a plane. He locked the other pilot out and crashed the plane into a mountain, and it's just like, you know, there ain't nothing you can do and shit like that, you know what I mean? But I think that would be the ultimate rush, the fucking parachute. Once I did it the first time, I think I'd be completely addicted to it. Right. Could you imagine that fall with your chute not opening and all that time you have to think about if you fucking up, dude? Like, I mean, it would be a quick death. It really would. But goddamn, dude, you'd have some time to be doing some fucking straight up regretting that whole way down. I mean, that is an interesting conversation when the guy you're doing tandem with is just like, bro, it ain't opening. It'd probably be more like, hey, we're fucked. I think at that point I'd be like, fuck it, dude. After this year's what's all happened to me, I'd be like, I don't even give a fuck at this point, dude. My luck, I would survive and literally just be paralyzed from the hair down. Be fucking, next Silent Rob stream will be fucking, now for a very Silent Rob choked to death on his own spit in the last stream. Did you see that? That was a good one. That was a classic. That was a good one. Alright. Getting down to the nitty gritty here. We got the Dragon Quest, which I still haven't tapped into that fucking 100-hour ordeal of that game. And Dragon Quest 3 Remake. Which, Then you can keep pressing A until has anybody played this? Like, this is harder than shit. Like, they've really upped the difficulty on this. Because I played Dragon Quest 3 a few times, and I don't remember getting my ass completely fucking stomped into the ground when you get to the pyramid level. I got to the pyramid level, and everything just wipes the fucking floor with you, dude. It's wild. So they really upped the difficulty. And I got Class of Heroes 1 and 2. These are basically just wizardry games, if you guys didn't know that. Especially the first one was just basically just wizardry. They renamed it pretty much. Then I got Castlevania Advance Collection. That's an awesome collection right here, dude. I would say all the games on here except Dracula X is awesome. Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Dissonance is great, except the soundtrack sucks balls. Araya of Sorrow, which is one of the best Castlevania games, full stop. Then I got Anniversary Collection, which is... I got this just for Castlevania 4. So that's what I got so far, guys, and I got the Etrian Odyssey Collection down there, too. Which I just beat. I actually got so into the first Etrian Odyssey that I beat it. So I've actually beaten my very first-person dungeon crawl. So that I had a blast with it, dude. The first Etrian Odyssey, like I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. So what do you guys think, man? I'm rebuilding my collection. I got a couple more games coming. I got Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 coming on Switch, and a few other ones.
You do need the camera room. If you don't have the camera room,
Razor Ramon line about bad times don't last, but bad guys do. Yeah, but Razor Ramon, you know, he didn't even remember saying it or doing anything he even did. The motherfucker was high as fuck his entire life. Like, from birth, that motherfucker was high, dude. It's, you know, he is dead now, though, isn't he? But yeah, he was fucking toasted out of his mind his entire fucking WCW, WWF experience.
The game will have Link jump in the direction you move. And also put the camera.
It's hotter than fuck in this room right now.
You just have to make sure you're moving when you press X, because pressing X alone will...
I had somebody follow me on Twitch. It's Harley Woo Woo follow me. I wonder if that's actually Harley.
And finally, a good way to get a good shot of the shield.
That followed me. See, I never liked Shawn Michaels, dude. Like I didn't know him as Razor Ramon. I knew him as Scott Hall. And it's funny, like, I don't ever remember watching Scott Hall wrestle. I remember he was in NWO with Kevin Nash. And, I started watching wrestling right when all that shit was going down with NWO and Wolfpack and Degeneration X and all that shit. I came in at the right time, like, literally. And it's funny because I actually got into watching Hulk Hogan movies and stuff like that, which got me wanting to watch wrestling, and I started watching it right at the right time. And I started watching something about... Dude, I didn't realize how much of a fucking piece of garbage Hulk Hogan is, dude. I was not aware. Dude, like, I knew that motherfucker had some controversies, but man, what a pile of shit that guy is, dude. Cheated on his wife, racist fucking ass rants. Like, how are you gonna sit there and fucking say racist ass shit like that, dude? Like, when half the motherfuckers you've wrestled with has been minorities and black people and shit, dude. I mean, nobody should have ever forgave him for that shit. Oh yeah, and WCW NWO World Tour, I rented that game, and then that set it off too. That and Revenge. I was obsessed with those games on N64, and that really got me into wrestling too. Yeah, Hulk Hogan's a prick, dude.
Save the game, do the apparatus glitch again, and then...
I guess, like, one of his last matches, he was supposed to, like, lose. And, like, he just decided out of the blue he wasn't gonna lose. And then, like, Scott Bischoff came out and was just like... Well, he did this rant, and everything he said, you think it's just, like, part of the storyline. No, he was actually being, like, for real. It was... He started ranting, he's like, Hulk Hogan just does whatever the fuck he wants! Fucking prick, and blah, blah, blah. It was so brutal. I guess Hulk Hogan tried to sue him over it. He's a little baby, dude. But, like, he just refused to lose sometimes, and... I'm looking pretty good, dude. I look pretty good.
Save, of course. And now the statue will have 20 essences.
I have... THQ. See, the only wrestling games I liked were WCW, NWO World Tour, and Revenge. Revenge was like a better version of NWO World Tour. See, I can't game on my phone, dude. I've tried. I can't really super enjoy myself on my phone gaming and shit. I just can't do it. I've tried.
When I get to the point when I collect all the hearts until I have 30, I will use the rest of the essences to max out my stamina.
So the Switch 2 comes out, what, in like 3 days or something? 2 days? I heard people's fucking shit's getting canceled and shit like that, dude. My brother's all, like, super paranoid his pre-order's gonna get canceled.
The last thing to do is
because he's getting it.
then completely close the game. And when you
I'm just not interested in getting it yet. Like, I mean, it's there's not really anything on it that I really want to play, and Nintendo's good with hardware and stuff, but you never know, dude. These systems could be junked out.
Step 1. Get lots of multi-shot bows, and it doesn't matter which kind. You can get duplex bows.
I'm watching this guy talk about fucking Zelda here.
If you get
I'm not getting it because I don't want to depend on internet to down. That's the thing, dude. Like, yeah, I'm not into it, dude. They're definitely, if you give a developer a choice of not putting their game on a cartridge and only having it download and everything, developers are going to do that because they don't want you to own anything. So I'm just, they're going to go that route. More developers are going to just be like, they just want it to be digital. They can just take it out from under you whenever they want. Not every company is like CD Projekt Red and shit like that. That's, going to actually be decent to their fucking fans. I do like what they've done to the Switch, like store and stuff. Like, it looks like you can like share your games now and stuff. Like, it looks like it's set up that way. It's kind of cool. But I haven't got my computer desk set up yet and stuff. But maybe later, if you guys are down, maybe we'll do some streaming and shit. Once I get everything set up. Yeah, I would just buy the games that are actually on the cartridge. Everything else can just suck dicks. Hell yeah. Midnight capping. I'm like down here itching my balls. It's like audible. Rob's stream was good until fucking down here itching his crotch, dude. I'm telling you. Every third party is not on. Yeah, dude. That's the thing. Dude, I watched Full Metal Jacket today from beginning to end, and dude, I'm just gonna say that, like, I just don't think it's a very good movie, dude. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say that a movie's good just for the first, like, 45 minutes of it. Like, it's Full Metal Jacket becomes boring as fuck as soon as the fucking boot camp shit ends. Like, it's not good after that, dude. After the me so horny thing, it's kind of funny, and that's it. I mean, the rest of it is boring. You're sitting there watching that Joker guy work at the newspaper, and then it's boring. They're walking through shit, and there's a sniper. Like, it's shocking how fucking bad the second half of that movie is. And what's weird is they actually filmed the second half first. So I bet you Stanley Kubrick was like worried, legit, that they were not making a good movie here, dude. Like, they filmed the second half first. I mean, it doesn't hold too much promise that they got really anything going for this movie until the boot camp shit. And even then, the boot camp shit, Arlie Ermy wasn't even the fucking drill sergeant at first. It was this other guy, the gunner, the guy was shooting the gun out of the helicopter, and he sucked. So if he would have done it, the boot camp shit would have sucked too. Ermy saved that movie, dude. He saved it. He almost died making it. He got into a car crash. I watched, like, the making of that movie is way more interesting than the actual movie, dude. It really is. Good thing they switched. Yeah, Ermy saved that movie. If he wasn't in that movie would have just tanked. It wouldn't have been good. Because, like I said, if you watch that movie, the guy that's in the helicopter that's like, get some, that guy would not have worked, dude. It would have been really corny. He's not intimidating. Ermy just has this presence about him. And he's the only actor that Kubrick ever worked with that Kubrick let like completely like ad-lib most of his lines. And I mean, that movie is good because of what comes out of his mouth. That's it. So I mean, I think that movie would have been a piece of shit if it wasn't for Ermey, dude. He swooped in and saved it. Now, granted, you know, Ermey definitely ran that shit into the ground. By the time he was dead, dude. I mean, the same character in Toy Story and commercials and blah 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 blah. I get it. It was his thing. Let him have his thing. But goddamn, dude, I was over it at a certain point. Do you think Full Metal Jacket could be made today? Dude, I think the movie could be made today, but I feel like it could be remade, but just completely focus on the boot camp stuff. Like, they could have the entire movie be set in the boot camp, have more characters in it. Like, because really, you don't really get to know anyone in this movie. And it's kind of a classic symptom of Stanley Kubrick movies in general, is that they kind of always have this cold feeling to them. Because, you know, Stanley Kubrick isn't really about building character and getting to know someone and stuff like that. It's about shots and feelings and music and atmosphere. He's all about that. If they remade it today, and, you know, if you used to get, like, Tarantino or something to get, like, awesome dialogue and characters and shit like that, and you still have the good dialogue, you know, you still have that, but get another intimidating boot camp, like, drill instructor, it could be made today, but just have it be completely during the boot camp, you know, add more storylines going on, you know, like, just, it needs more characters. Like, you know, I always forget who's who because everybody's got shaved heads, you know, Cowboy blends in with everybody and Joker, and it's just hard to really tell. And, yeah, or go all out with the sniper stuff and get really in the nitty gritty and get. They just didn't go far enough in that second half. That's not a Kubrick film. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest isn't Kubrick. He didn't make that movie. So that's a good movie, but that's kind of a downer, bummer of a ending on that movie. I actually watched it in full for the first time not too long ago, and it's a good movie. That Nurse Ratched, you guys want to beat the fuck out of that hoe, dude. Eyes Wide Shut has its moments, dude, but you know, to wait from like 1985 all the way till 99 for him to make one mediocre movie is like, okay. Yeah, it is a sad ending though. I think the best Kubrick movie is The Shining, and it's not even close. The Shining's my favorite horror movie of all time too. I like Kubrick, dude, but I don't think he's like as good as everybody says. I mean, I don't like all his movies. I do love 2001, and I love The Shining. I like the first half of Full Metal Jacket. I don't like Doctor Strangelove. I don't like what's that other movie that's set in like the old, what is it called? It's like it's kind of like a war movie. I don't know. I don't remember what it's called. Clockwork's got its moments. I don't particularly think it's a fun movie to watch. Like, I'm not just like, ooh, I'm gonna go watch this movie about rape and giant fucking dick sculptures and, you know, fucking torturing people, and like, it's just like, it's some heavy shit, dude. It's a goofy movie. The movie destroys The Shining. Dude, truer words have never been spoken. I read, like, it's funny, like, when I was into drugs and shit, I actually got into reading books quite, you know, because I was able to focus so much. I don't know what it was, but I owned a lot of books. I bought a ton of books. And I've read through a lot of Stephen King, and I learned that I don't really think Stephen King's a very good writer. He's very good at making stories and interesting concepts, but the actual pacing of his books is rough. And I read through The Shining, and I didn't Dude, I didn't think it was that great, dude. Like, literally, Stanley Kubrick fucking made it a million times better. Barry Lyndon, that's it. That's the one I was thinking of. I can never remember the name of that movie. But, I mean, that movie's boring. Yeah, that's a case where the movie is so much better. I mean, Stephen King has bitched about The Shining since it came out. That motherfucker had an opportunity to make his own version of it, you know, with that guy from Wings and shit, you know. Oh, yeah, Jack Nicholson, yeah, he's let's get the guy from Wings. Okay, he's really gonna bring it home here. Like, dude, that movie was fucking garbage, dude. The Mist movie ending is just like it's like, you know, it's like an ending you would joke about them doing, you know what I mean? You know, and then they actually decided to do it. So like, it's like the ending where oh man, it'd be really funny if, like, you know, like they all killed themselves and stuff, and then all of a sudden the tanks show up to rescue them right afterwards, and then, you know, you joke about it with your friends, and then they actually did it in the ending. It's just like crazy to me. I'm guessing the book's ending is not like that. That ending was brutal, dude. Whole family gets destroyed, and then the tanks roll in to save them. I love movies that are set in one place. So you guys know that Mist is right up my alley. Yeah, that ending is like what the fuck? I think that there's a couple Stephen King stories that I would love for them to make a movie out of, and like also redo. There's that one movie. There's The Jaunt, which they're supposed to do The Jaunt. I think The Jaunt is one of the scariest stories ever made. I think The Jaunt is the scariest thing that Stephen King's ever came up with. And if they can pull it off, super fucking scary. I wish they would make it. They keep saying they're going to make it, but they haven't. The Langoliers, I think if they, you know, it's not TNT movie of the week bullshit that they did when they made that back in the 90s is garbage. If they redo that, that's a good concept. Now, if you guys don't know, the Langoliers is like these people get off a plane and then like everybody's gone, and then like it's like, you know, apocalyptic and shit. Interesting concept. There's one called Thinner that is super fucking cornball. Like they made a version of it in the 90s, but it's terrible, dude. Like the whole concept is this guy gets like a curse thrown on him. And like he just keeps getting thinner no matter how much he eats and stuff. But the makeup they put on this guy is like high school fucking play. Like, you know, literally it's movie of the week quality garbage. But I think they could make a good version of that if they really tried. The actual monsters and from the Langoliers, dude, is too much. It's fucking these giant Italian meatballs with razor blade teeth. Look, they're like giant Italian meatballs with like chainsaw razor blade teeth. It's like, dude, I remember as a kid laughing my ass off at that shit, dude. I mean, when you're a child and you're literally laughing your ass off at a horror, it's supposed to be a horror movie, your movie has failed, dude. You know what I mean? You can't tell me when they got done with those special effects that they're like, yep, nailed it, guys. Totally. They must have fucking paid the special effects people with the fucking $5 and a bologna sandwich, dude, because that's all those effects are worth. That was garbage. Yeah, Thinner. Thinner's a good concept. It really is. But, garbage. Because it's a thin guy, so they put this fat makeup on him so they can, you know, over time just make him back to normal, but the makeup's garbage. Poltergeist. Poltergeist has its moments, dude. I think Poltergeist 2 is actually a better movie in some ways. I love that guy that walks around that God is in his holy temple. You know, like fucking creepy, dude. And I love Poltergeist 3 is sad because that little girl was dying through the entire movie and they just didn't fucking help her. Like that little girl was dying and you could see it. In her face, she was bloated and she didn't look good. And she had a bowel blockage. and they just didn't help her. And so you could tell, like, throughout the movie, like, she looks sick. And I remember my mom even telling me that, like, when everybody was watching the movie back in the day, and when it first came out, that you could tell she's sick, and they just didn't help her. They didn't do anything about it. But I love how Poltergeist 3 is in the one location. You guys know how I am. It's in that skyrise building, but the movie's terrible. It's just not good. The Stand is a terrible movie, but the beginning of it is really, really good. Like, when the virus first breaks out, and they're in the laboratory, and then Don't Fear the Reaper's playing and stuff, it's really, really good. You can watch The Stand for free on YouTube. Watch the first, like, 20 minutes when the virus gets out, and, like, everything's, like, havoc's going on. Like, the first part of the miniseries is really, really good. It's got Molly Ringwald in it. I'm in it. Rob Lowe's in that bitch. And, you know, it has its moments. But basically, after the first part of the miniseries, it falls apart. The Stand as a story falls apart halfway through it anyways. And then the ending's fucking garbage. It basically... God saves the day, basically. It's just stupid. And Stephen King can never do endings. What's up, Sally Guns? Yeah, there are moments in Poltergeist 3 that are pretty good. Rob Schneider, dude, I'm gonna be honest, dude. Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo is hilarious. I'm sorry, dude. I mean, people want to rip on Rob Schneider. That prison movie that Rob Schneider made is really funny. I can't remember what it's called. And the first Deuce Bigalow is hilarious. The first Deuce Bigalow, in my opinion, is up there with, like, the Farrelly Brothers movies from the 90s and stuff like that. It's a classic. I love it. Yeah, Big Stan is really good. Deuce Bigalow is fucking hilarious, dude. That's a big bitch! Yeah, all these weird dates that he goes on and stuff, dude. I mean, that's a good movie. It really is. And that movie's definitely better than late period Farrelly Brothers. I mean, don't even get me started. Farrelly Brothers, in my opinion, stopped being good after Me, Myself, and Irene. That was it. That's a huge bitch. I never seen European Gigolo. Is it really that bad? I heard it was bad. I've never gotten into movies where, like, dudes dress up as women and shit like that, dude. Like, hot chick, white chicks. White chicks doesn't work. I love, I'm really into the Wayans brothers and stuff like that, but they don't look realistic, dude. They look like fucking scary mutant nightmares. Like, if any of them so-called white chicks came into any... Like, you would run, dude. They look like demons or something. Like, their eyes don't look right. Nobody would be fooled that they would be white chicks, dude. Like, it's just horseshit. Like, they don't... Like I said, it doesn't work. They look like straight-up monsters. You know what I mean? Like, black eyes can't pull that off. It just doesn't work. And then plus the whole concept of that movie, dude. I mean, even when it came out, it was just like, that's one of those things. Can you imagine if it was the other way around and some white dude comedians, you know, dressed up as black women, dude? The whole world would melt down, dude. Like a giant fissure would just break the world into two, and it would just break apart and just explode. Like, it was just bullshit. And then they did that other one where what's the other one, like Little Man or something? Like, Wayans Brothers made some stupid movies, dude. I remember watching Scary Movie when I was a kid, and like, I remember when that dude's like coming, and like the cum fountain like blows that girl up off of him. And I remember as a kid, you don't know what it is. You don't even understand it. Because the rest of that movie, like, little kids can watch it. It's not that bad, but like that, I remember my mom like was kind of trying to cover my eyes a little bit with that, but I didn't understand what it was anyways. I was like, is that a hose? What is that supposed to be? Like, as a kid, you don't understand what the hell is happening. You know, it isn't until you get older, you're like, oh, it still doesn't make any sense. It's still fucking stupid. There's a lot of jokes in that movie that work, but like, why would his They don't even build on it. Like, why is his cum shooting women up off into the ceiling? It doesn't even make any sense, dude. I've busted some nuts inside of lots of women, and that's never happened before, dude. It's weird. Yeah. Yeah, dick through the ear. That's what I mean, dude. Honestly, like, when I was a kid, I liked Scary Movie 2 the best. That was my jam. I like the little hand. You know what I mean? That little hand with the putting it into the fucking potato salad and stuff. Scary Movie 2 and Scary Movie 3. I think 3 was actually my favorite. That's the one that had Charlie Sheen in it. That one had that Zucker Brothers feel. And I like that. I've been wanting to watch that, dude. Did you guys see the preview for that new Naked Gun? That looks dope, dude. I'm sorry. That looks really funny. Isn't that like Seth MacFarlane is doing that or something? That looks funny, dude. I'm actually pretty excited about that. Yeah, the first 3. Scary Movie 4, I remember actually seeing it in the theater with my parents. It was pretty bad. And 5, I heard, was absolutely terrible. Isn't Jordan Peele doing another movie? Dude, I hated Nope. I thought Nope was a fucking pile of garbage, dude. Totally horrible. There's only one good scene in Nope. Like, that marketing in that movie was actually brilliant because they didn't really show you what was going on. I mean, you kind of assumed it was aliens and stuff, but you didn't really know for sure. I went and seen it at the theater. It was terrible. There's only one good scene when they're, like, bringing people into the ship and then like grinding them up and killing them, and you hear the screams and stuff. Like, that actually was pretty cool. I should have built on that. But, I was not impressed. But actually, I have a date on Saturday with this girl that I met online. So, like, we're in that phase of like, you know, cutesy texts and back and forth, and I just sent her like, I'm excited to hang out with you on Saturday, and she's like, I'm excited too. So, yeah, it should be good times. She's half black, but she looks pretty much black. You know what I mean? Like, she's darker, so I'm gonna get a little bit of that dark meat going, and we'll see how it goes, bitches. I haven't had any dark meat in a while. So we'll see what's up. Like, when I first met her, I was like looking at her pictures and stuff. I was like, I think she's black. My dad's like, oh no, I think she's black. I was like, I don't know, I'm thinking she's half black. You know, we were like doing bets and trying to figure it out. But should be fun. We were talking about Avatar or something. I think we're gonna watch the second Avatar, which I don't really care because I'm gonna be trying to get in her pants anyway. So whatever, you know, whatever's on the TV is the way I look at it. And Avatar 2 is quite the long movie and gives me lots of time to get up in them britches. You know what I'm saying? So I was talking to my brother about that. He's like, what are you guys gonna do? I'm like, we're probably gonna watch Avatar 2. And he's like, yeah, it's a long movie. I was like, you damn right it's long. It's a long dick too, bitches. Background smash. Those black girls are fun, dude. They can... Everyone I've been with can suck a golf ball through a garden hose. Alright, guys. I'm going to hang it up for now. Only race of woman I can't get into is Samoan. They're all tough to love. Samoan. That girl that I had on here for that one stream, she was Puerto Rican. But I didn't get with her. Alright, guys. I'm out. I'll probably stream later, but we'll see. But I appreciate you guys. Stay awesome. I'm going to be streaming more and more once I get everything set up and everything. But you guys stay cool. And you guys take care. And we'll get going at a more decent rate of streaming. So, I want to try to do like once every other day and shit. I wanted to get the money from my house and quit my job and then stream all the time, but I suppose I'll hang on to this job, get a little bit extra money and shit. Alright guys, you guys take care. Later.